Okay, cool. So we should be good from here. Let's see. All right, all right. And yeah, we are. So, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the weekly reaction to Unordinary. So yeah, like I said, we are pretty late. We are a bit behind schedule today. But I just got back, literally started stream up minutes after getting home. Welcome, Grim. Welcome, buddy. Always good to see you. Been a while, but glad you're here. And yeah. But yeah, so we're back. We are finally going to be getting into episode 368. Next, I said it. I'm going to repeat it. I'm going to say it again. Next week, episode 369 is going to be an amazing episode. I can tell. But yeah. Last week, we got an update on Wellston itself. Arlo's phone that he had has been disconnected. Elaine tried calling him and it went straight to voicemail, but we also got a look into the going on of Wellston now. So yeah, Zeke is king, Cecile's obviously queen, the strongest school, Holden is the jack. Turf wars are not going so great anymore. And yeah, the Safe House kids, they're reading up on the news that's getting reported, like the actual news that's getting reported. They saw that the group was able to break Blyke out of prison, and they were like, guys, they're doing it, they're going against the Bureau, and they're all like they're actually doing it. How long can they keep this up? Cecile got called into Sylvia's office, and Sylvia was just kind of like, hey, I want you to report on this. Don't report on this anymore. And Cecile was kind of like, that's not gonna happen. We can't just avoid talking about this stuff. And Sylvia was like, but you will. Now be gone. And Cecile was kind of like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. And she walked off. Doesn't seem like she's gonna listen to Sylvia, though. But as school ended, Elaine realized that Zeke works for the Bureau now, and she started following him, thinking that he might work at the same office as Arlo. So she headed out to go after him. She was not subtle at all. She was not even trying to hide. Zeke found her out as he got to the Bureau, and he was like, oh, we can hang out for a bit. I can get you a coffee or something. And she was kind of like... And so that's when Arlo showed up, and he was like, hey, she's here for me. Get lost, bro. Go away. And Zeke was kind of like, damn it. Why are you still here, bro? And yeah. And Arlo did not look happy to see Elaine. He had the eyes he used to look at John with. And so yeah, he was like, come with me. And Elaine was kind of like, oh, okay. That's where we ended off. So yeah, we can finally jump into this. So let's see how this goes. So we're finally here. So and so Zeke storms off, and Arlo looks at Elaine, or Elaine's kind of like, and he just looks at her grabs her wrist, come with me. Okay. Unordinary, episode 368. So here we go. Chatter. Okay, so it looks like they're in some kind of plaza area, lots of grayed outs. Chatter. He puts his coat on her. That's weird. Why'd he give me his jacket to wear? It's still warm. She kind of looks at him. Elaine, why did he do that? Elaine, what are you doing here? I shouldn't be seen with anyone from Wellston. Well, I was worried about you. You disappeared all of a sudden without telling anyone. I tried calling you, but your phone was... And so Yeah, say why did he give her his jacket? That is weird. Like, what's the point of that? And so even like Arlo's still being Arlo, like he gets on his phone and like starts texting, and it's Cass like, hey, where are you? Meeting is starting. I'm going to be a while. Start without me. Like, bro, like I don't think you could say that, Arlo. And he just looks up at her. Oh my gosh, he had his phone the whole freaking time. He probably just blocked me. I can't believe I actually came to his workplace. I look like a total creep. And she's kind of like, it's a work phone. My old one broke. Ha, I see. Val and Farah specifically instructed me not to interact with anyone from school. So all my contacts were erased and my number was changed. Okay, okay. So Arlo has been force-fed the Kool-Aid. I already notified Madame Sylvia about my decision. So what made you come here personally? She didn't pass along my message? Well, actually... Oh... She might snitch. I'm honest. I'm not going to be mad at her for snitching. I'm not going to be mad at her for snitching. So, but this is going to get ugly. It was, she's getting herself in trouble right now. But like, Serafina and John spoke with me yesterday. And Arlo was like, you saw them? Yet you didn't report them to the Bureau? I didn't want to do anything before knowing what was going on. They're criminals, Elaine. The authorities are looking for those two everywhere. Why would you keep this from us? She's like, no. Why is he getting so worked up over those two? Arlo's always been super dedicated to the Bureau, but this seems personal. Maybe John and the others really did ambush him. And he's just looking down at her still. I can't exactly explain it, but something feels different about him. I mean, yeah, he hasn't been like this in a long time. Like, it has been months. Oh, that's a good... Well, shit, I need a towel. Be right back. Where did the lid go? God damn it. Be right back, guys. Okay. But yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, Grim. That's a good point. But something feels different about him. I'm sorry. With what happened at Wilson and everyone suddenly disappearing, he just ... I just wanted to make sure you were okay. I wasn't really thinking about anything else. What did they want? John and Serafina. What did they come to you for? Now I'm actually okay, so that was a good save. That was a good save, Elaine. That was a pretty good save, actually. Now, is she gonna tell him, like, she probably might like try to like dance around a little bit. But yeah, okay. Okay, so yeah, they were asking for you. For me. He's remembering them as like, okay, so his memories have been altered because he's remembering them as like devils, basically. So it's like John and Serafina's body, their like faces are blacked out, like their eyes are glowing with their ability color. John is just smiling and Serafina is like snickering. Those two nearly destroyed my life once already. I won't let them do it again. You don't have a choice, Arlo. I do like you, Arlo, but like, bro, if they wanted you dead, you'd be dead, bro. What else did they say to you? Please, Arlo, I'll tell you everything, but you have to promise not to let anyone know it came from me. I didn't ask for any of this, and I don't want to get in trouble. Fair, very fair. And she's shaking it. That's secretive, are we? Please don't tease me like that. I wasn't planning on telling anyone about this meeting anyway. All right, you have my word. John and Serafina have a completely different story from the Bureau. I don't know who to believe at this point, but I feel like the truth is crucial here. Arlo, I was wondering, what happened to you when the Bureau stormed Wellston? Is it true that the others attacked you? ... So he remembers meeting up with Farah, running away. My name's Arlo. I'm with the Bureau. Wait, no. Arlo knows it's not true. Arlo knows it's not true because Farah and Valerie specifically told him you went against the Bureau. So he might lie, or no, he might tell her the truth. No, he doesn't want anyone to know. He doesn't want anyone to. So he might tell Elaine the truth. My name's Arlo. I'm with the Bureau. I was instructed to help search for the targets, and he knows on where they are. And he's remembering the guards. He's remembering as he's walking off, everything goes black. I don't remember. But he woke up in the hospital. Arlo, you're awake. But even though that part of my memory is gone, I'll never be able to erase the fact that I was the one who allowed those criminals to escape. John told me that you saved his life. And he's like, okay, I don't know if Arlo knows that, but again, he knows that he helped them get away. No, I did not. And he's squeezing her like, do not breathe a word of that lie to anyone. And he activated his ability. Understood? Mm-hmm. Now, I want you to tell me where you last saw them. So it's nighttime. And Arlo's here with a sensory guy. Like a haircut similar to like Roland's, but like a darker, like a teal, kind of like Cecile. Anything? I do smell something, but it's very faint. I'll ask my partner to see if he can help. By the way, what case are we looking at here? Spectre related. Something Cass asked me to look into. Arlo, you're lying! You're lying, bro! Oh my, Arlo, that's a dumb move, Arlo. That's a dumb move, bro. You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have lied. But okay, he's not going to Valerie and Farah, it seems, so far. So that's a little bit good. That's a little bit good. Like, him not going to them right away, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. We appreciate your help. Why are you smiling? Arlo, don't smile. You never smile, bro. Ew, that's weird. Anyway, the guy like, no problem. I'll be in touch. So he walks off. He looks to the side. I have no recollection of our past together. But if Seraphina and John trusted Elaine enough to approach her, then she might still be useful to me. On top of that, she's aware of what really happened. I need to keep her on a tight leash. Very true, Pommy. But I've been fucking saying. I have been saying for the longest fucking time. I've been saying for the longest time. He does not view her as a friend. Arlo does not care about Elaine. She is a tool for him. Welcome, Wheel. Welcome. She is a tool for him to use. You don't talk about friends saying you need to keep them on a tight leash. I've been saying since day one. And it is a shame. It is a shame. I don't like Elaine, but again, I've always said she don't deserve this. She don't deserve this. So, Elaine, I'm sorry. I am sorry. But I've been saying since day one, Arlo does not care about this girl. So, Wellston, girls' dormitory. Okay, we're still focusing on Elaine. Maybe Cecile? Elaine. She gets home. What in the world is up with Arlo? He was so defensive today. There was an air of desperation surrounding him. It's like he's trying so hard to bury something. this is kind of a similar situation. This is kind of a similar situation with, like I said about Rain, where because I'm not shitting on Elaine, Wheel. I'm not shitting on Elaine. I'm saying that Arlo does not care about her. But like, okay, this is kind of a similar situation with Rain, where like because we don't know much about her, it's not fair to say that like, oh, this is weird of this character. But this does feel weird that like Elaine is able to read that when she like we don't know much about her. But it feels weird that she's like, he was so like that she's reading this. Okay, but she's remembering what Nadia told her. Arlo was ambushed by the Wellston escapees and he was hospitalized due to severe injuries. The more I think about it, the less believable I find Miss Nadia's words to be. And John, what the hell are you talking about? He's always been one of us. He saved my life. Again, that was a complete lie. John, Arlo has not always been one of you. You were not always one of us, John. Like, he may be a liar and a terror. Fuck you, Elaine. But his pride wouldn't allow him to lie about something like this. But yeah, he is a liar. He is a liar. ... Could it be that Arlo's being blackmailed? Again, I can't say that this is coming out of nowhere. Because, again, we don't know anything about Elaine. We've never seen much about her. We don't know anything about Elaine. But it feels weird that she's able to put these pieces together. It feels weird, but like whatever, life goes on. So next day, Bureau of Authority, chatter. Arlo typing at his desk. Call from tracking department. Dact Arlo. So I think he works Department of Anti-Corruption and Terrorism. Pommy. Arlo's never cared about Elaine. Again, like I said before, Arlo has just kind of viewed her as like a tool or like one of her lackeys, like he does Ventus and Melee. This man has never cared about Elaine. He has done the bare minimum for her, which is stopping John from slapping her again. And that's about it. He's done the bare minimum for her. She has not been there for all the key moments, Wheel. Calm down, bro. She was there for one. She was officially there for one. And that was Spectre ambushing John's apartment. That was it, bro. That was literally it. Everything else, she's been somewhat connected to. But no, she has not been there for all the key moments. Hey Arlo, this is Detective Soren. We found something based on the scent from yesterday. Not sure what to make of it. Come over and take a look when you have a moment. I'll be right there. Unordinary episode 368. And... No, he didn't, Pommy. Okay. Okay. I've said this before. This episode was pretty good. This episode was really interesting. Here's like, read Unordinary. Like, actually read all of Unordinary and pay attention. And I've said this a lot in recent streams. The only person who could genuinely be considered Elaine's friend, based on the very limited screen time that we have of her, is Remy. Why? Well, because, like, we saw that Remy was actually going shopping and hanging out with Elaine at Rowden before like shit went down. Like, okay, Blyke and Ison, assumably Elaine's been cordial with them. Sarah is her roommate, and that's it. Like, Sarah really doesn't spend time with Elaine. Sarah actually would threaten Elaine. Like, when Elaine was like always talking shit about John and like trying to step up to Sarah, like, why do you hang out with him? You're making yourself look bad. Sarah activated her ability and told her, like, hey, mind your own business and leave me alone. And Arlo and like John, we really don't need to talk about like John and Elaine's relationship. It's non-existent. But Arlo would always ignore her. Arlo would only reach out and talk to her when he needed her to do something, i.e. snitching on Sarah, doing stuff like that. Like, Elaine was just one of Arlo's lackeys. He did not care about her. Not in the sense that, like, he thought very little of her. Not in the sense that, like, how John views Elaine. Okay. Yes, there could have been off-screen moments, Wheel. There absolutely could have been. But okay. The absence of evidence is not evidence of absence, but it's also the same reverse. Yeah, there could have been a lot of off-screen time, but again, it's off-screen time that Uru's not showing. Everything we've gotten on screen is much better is like more evidence and more conclusive to show that Arlo doesn't care about Elaine. Why? Because again, how he views her, how he looks at her, how he talks to her. Again, he talks to her like he does to Ventus and Maylee. And we also have seen whenever she does text him, he just flat out ignores her. He does not respond. Only when he needs something from her does he contact her. Like, I'm not saying that Arlo treats Elaine like how Zeke treated John, how others treated John in the past. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, Elaine was a girl who has always tried to get Arlo's, and based on her own words, the others' attention. She's always tried to be friendly with all of them. And again, based on Elaine's own words herself, she knows that she has said herself, she knows that they don't really want her around all that much, and they only ever would call her because they needed healing. Elaine herself has said this. She has said she has tried to be their friend, but they are clearly not interested. They have only reached out to her when they need healing. Elaine herself has said this. Now, I think it was Pommy. Pommy. You said earlier, Arlo was probably going to apologize. Yes, I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree without a doubt that Arlo was going to tell Elaine, hey, you know what? You're right. We do only call you when we need healing. I'm sorry about that. But again, we don't know what he was going to say. However, it could have been I'm sorry, let me buy you a drink. Or it could have been hey, I'm sorry for how we treated you, but you're also not one of us still. You're still not one of us. What? Reword that, Pommy. Reword that. I don't know what you're saying right now. I will say this, though. What Arlo said at the end with Elaine, that leads me to believe that we might actually get a full-on villain Arlo. We might we might get like a villain out of this guy. What do you mean reaching out in that way, Pommy? Like right now? Right now, he was literally just like asking her, like, why are you here? Like, what are you doing here? And like he said himself, I should not be seen with anyone from Wellston. Like, that's why he like took her away. And again, I'm not what message, Pommy? Oh, oh, the text message after she said peace out, I'm gone. Again, again, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. But again, like I said, I'm not saying Arlo doesn't care about Elaine. I'm not saying, when I say Arlo doesn't care about Elaine, I'm not saying Arlo treats her like how Zeke treats his lackeys, how John treated his lackeys. I'm not saying that. Like, obviously, Arlo cares about Elaine in the same manner that someone cares for a pet. No, not even a pet. Like, in the same manner that, like, you care, like, in the same way you don't want someone to die, like some random person you know, you don't want them to die. That's basically how Arlo views Elaine. Like, if I hurt one of my friends, I would reach out and be like, hey, that wasn't cool of me. My fault. I'm sorry. But again, because we never got that conversation, we don't know what Arlo was going to say. Arlo is someone, especially at that part in that part of the story, Arlo is someone who was looking at his actions and like telling those around him, like, you know what? I messed up. That wasn't cool of me. My bad. He did that with John. He was trying to do that with Remy. And he told Ison, like, Ison, the reason why I'm doing all of this is because I'm trying to help you guys. Like, I'm trying to cover up for you guys, but you guys are making it difficult. That was a time when Arlo was like actually reflecting on his actions and how he's treated people, and was starting to try to make amends with people. Again, I highly doubt that Arlo is going to start being like, you know what, Elaine, like, yeah, like, I haven't been really fair to you. Let's get dinner sometime. No, like, definitely not. Because shit was hitting the fan. I absolutely do think it was Arlo just basically going to tell her, hey, my fault. You're right. We haven't been fair to you. And if you want to just do your own thing, totally cool. But again, we don't know what was going to be saying. Yes, Elaine was trying to be their friend. Elaine cared, and I'm gonna be honest, guys. Will, if you're still here, yeah, okay, fine. This might be a bit of Elaine slander. I'm gonna be real. Based on last episode 367, there are some things that happened with Elaine that made me question her character even more. But that's neither here nor there. Elaine was trying to be friends with the Royals. She was trying to be buddy-buddy with them. Again, we don't really know about Blyker Ison. You can kind of say that Remy was Elaine's friend, but John, Sarah, and Arlo, they did not care enough to be Elaine's friend. Elaine was Sarah's roommate. That was it. Elaine made it quite apparent on multiple occasions, I want no part in what you guys are doing. I'm out. Later. Bye. Like, Elaine was trying to be friends. They were just like, Elaine's an acquaintance. We know Elaine. Elaine goes to our school. Again, Arlo was hanging out with Holden. Arlo was not hanging out with Elaine. So, yeah. Okay. But yeah, this episode's pretty good. It was interesting. Definitely feeling the shorter episodes. I'm definitely feeling the shorter episodes now. But it was still cool. It was still cool. I like Soren, Arlo's definitely got like, his own little posse, his own little dudes. Very, very stupid of him to kind of tackle this alone. I get why, like I 100% get why. I understand why he was as a friend he didn't. As like, there were like very few times where it was so like one of the times in the early series we see him hanging out with Holden outside of school. But yeah. So like, and the reason why I give more credence to Holden is because there were times at school on screen where like Arlo would actually ask Holden's opinion on things. But yeah. So yeah. Okay. Him investigating this spot on his own, that's definitely going to cause problems for him down the line. That's definitely going to like lead to something. People are definitely going to be like, what are you doing? Like, why are you investigating something on your own? And I think if Valerie and Farah find out that he was hiding this, that he was hiding the fact that like John and Sarah were back in Wellston, that also might lead to some serious ramifications for him. That might lead to Farah deleting more for him actually. So yeah, I think so Avril, yes, absolutely I do think Ember Agent Ash is going to go on a warpath. Yes, I absolutely do think that Ember Agent Ash will be alongside Farah, or no, Fury or Vulcan, and I do think that they will kill low tiers or, superhero vigilantes. Absolutely, I do think that Ember Agent Ash is going to become a murderer. I'll be honest. I said this in my predictions for season 3 as well. I think that Arlo is going to kill Cassandra. I want Cassandra to live. Like I want Cassandra to live, but I think that there's a very real chance that he kills Cassandra. He might kill Elaine. He might I don't want him like, okay, again, I've said before, guys, I don't like Elaine, but like I don't want her dead. I don't want her like, I want her gone from the story, but like I'm not going to riot if she appears in chapters. I'll say this right now. These episodes with her, have actually been pretty good. Elaine's been pretty decent like these past few chapters. But like I think like if Arlo doesn't kill Elaine, Valerie might be like, "Oh, you poor girl, like you poor stupid girl. Go away." Explain again. Explain yourself. I like this Soren guy. He's pretty cool. He looked pretty cool. No, I thought it was anti-corruption and terrorism. Oh, no. Sorry. Okay, so sorry. The T in DACT is anti-corruption and transparency. Okay. Look, Wheel. Look. There are a multitude of reasons to not like Elaine. There are a multitude of reasons to tell Elaine, I want pictures of Elaine! She's scum! She's a criminal! She should be locked up! There are plenty of reasons to not like Elaine, Wheel. I want you to understand that. We'll do a recap in a bit, J4. We'll do a recap. Or, no, we'll do a reread in a bit. Yeah. So yeah. Cassandra and Arlo are Department of Anti-Corruption and Transparency. Farah and Valerie and Byron are anti-terrorism. Okay. Reasons to not like Elaine. Number 1. She is kind of a fake friend. For the main cast. She does only care about rank and level. She does only care about, like, she wants to look good. Like, she only cares about appeasing the higher rankers of society. And of course, like, also, she's a snitch. Like, granted, there have been some times, especially from what we've seen recently in these flashbacks, where she hasn't, like, said everything. But also, I think the biggest reason is, you know, again, kind of going back, her wanting to be friends with everyone, despite not really putting in the work to show that she's loyal. Now, granted, I have also always said it is completely and 100% Elaine's right, and it is okay for her to say, you guys are getting yourselves wrapped up in dangerous shit. I don't want any part of that. That is 100% okay for her to say. However, when they're all having a pizza party because they're celebrating what they've managed to accomplish or what they're doing, and she comes up and is like, how come I'm never invited to the pizza party? Because we're doing things you don't want a part of. We're doing things that you have said time and time again, and we're respecting your choices. You've told us you don't want any part of this. That's why you're not invited. You haven't shown that you're loyal, Elaine. You haven't shown that you're willing to put up sacrifices. Ison has shown that. John has shown that. Blake has shown that. Sarah has shown that. Arlo has shown that. Remy has shown that. They have all shown time and time again, despite their differences, now that shit is hitting the fan, and now that they've all talked things out, they've all shown time and time again, hey, yeah, not all of us get along. Not all of us are friends. Like, Arlo is still really only friends with Remy and Blake. Like I said, John, Arlo has not always been one of us. You have not always been one of us, John. Now that everything is like finally like melding together, they were all willing to like work together to like bring change and make society better. Obviously, right now, Arlo is kind of like, fuck that, because he's been brainwashed. But like, they all want to do this. Like, they've all shown time and time again, hey, we're not all exactly friends. Like Ison said, we haven't exactly always been close, but we're all loyal and we all got each other's backs, because right now, we're the only ones that do. Elaine hasn't done that. Elaine has not shown that she's willing to be loyal. This is a good start. This is a good start for her. However, I will also say this. Elaine should absolutely not be involved with them at this point. Because if she does, not because I don't want her around. It's not because I don't want Elaine around. If Elaine gets involved with the main party now, she's going to fucking die. Elaine is not ready for any of this. They're all ready for this now because they've been working at this. They have experience with this now. They realize what they're up against. If Elaine joins the main party now, there is a huge target on her back, and she is the most vulnerable right now. Like with Grayson is stronger than Elaine, but Grayson almost died because he went out doing vigilante stuff. Granted, he was by himself, and again, I don't think Uru's definitely not done with Grayson either. But the level gap between Elaine and the rest of the party now is so massive. Ison was almost killed at the prison, at Lovin Prison. Ison almost died, and he was one of the strongest in the world. He was a fairly high-ranked ability user. He was a 4.8. He lucked out and got an awakening. But Ison was almost killed in a prison break. If Ison was almost killed, and Elaine joins them, and Elaine gets involved with this stuff, she's not making it out alive. She is not going to be okay. We already know that okay. We've seen what she is capable of healing. We've seen, like, what tires her out. Healing Ventus and Melee, and I think she might have touched up Arlo a little bit. That took a lot out of her. John noticed when she was healing him, she used up a significant amount of aura. Granted, he also stopped her from healing him fully, but he noticed that took a lot out of her. She was not able to fully heal up. She had to stop healing Remy after she was done with her fight against Waldo and also her fight against Vulcan. Elaine is the strongest healer at Wellston, yes, but she's also not that strong of a healer. John was healing a lot, and that took a lot out of him. Elaine won't survive if she's with the team. She won't make it. She should not be involved with this group anymore. Can Uru give her a massive level up? Yeah. I would honestly be very disappointed if she did that. If the highest ability jump in the series went to Elaine, someone who barely fights, someone who really barely does anything, that would be an ass pull. It would. Granted, can Elaine still contribute to the story? Absolutely. She's doing it right now. I highly think that Uru is setting up an Elaine and Cecile arc where they are trying to put pieces together and probably figure out what's going on with Arlo. And that would be so cool. That would be really cool. Like I said last week, Elaine and Cecile are not main cast, but Uru has said they are important characters. Now, granted, who knows? Elaine could still join up with the team. But yeah. Will, that's exactly what okay, Will, here's also this. Yeah, they could do that. She could play a support role. Absolutely. She could stay behind at Spectre or at safe houses, stuff like that. The Bureau's definitely going to find those safe houses. Shit is going to go down in Brannish with the trio and Kuyo. Arlo now has a scent on John and Sarah. They're going to they're going to all be found out. And if they get found out, shit's going to hit the fan more. Elaine should absolutely play support. Elaine can absolutely contribute to the story still without getting involved in the dangerous, world-ending shit that the main cast always gets up to. Totally fine. Totally get it. That would be cool. Let her and Cecile do their thing where they uncover the truth and all that. But yeah. Elaine, keep Elaine away from Spectre. Keep Elaine away from the main group's shit because that will get her killed. I don't know about that, Wheel. I don't know about that. I don't know if Ison will work with Cecile. But also, yeah. Also, last week there were some moments where Elaine was talking and it was like, why is Elaine the one saying this? And also the stuff with Cecile and Sylvia was really cool, but there were some lines of that Cecile said that had me going like, why isn't Elaine the one saying this? I mean, yeah, she is a snitch, Pommy. She is a snitch. Okay. Let's go ahead, get a quick reread, shall we? Only Ison and Cecile are J4. Blyke is still 5.1. Blyke has not leveled up. Okay, so Zeke gets his hand out of Arlo's grip. Walks off. Lena looks up at Arlo. And he's glaring at her. Grabs her hand. There's some really weird lines on Elaine's finger, and there's these red lines. They look kind of like blood or face marks to show emotion, but they're on her hand for some reason. I don't know why. When the chapter releases, I'll show you guys. No, J4. Blyke is only 5.1. Blyke has not leveled up. Ison is the only person in the main cast from season 3 who's gotten a confirmed level up. Cecile also got a level up off screen, or probably on screen. She got a 0.1 bump. Bro, Pommy, not everyone was leveling up, bro. Not everyone was leveling up. Ison leveled up. No one else leveled up. Y'all need to stop. Y'all are like these people on Reddit I think Remy's a god tier now. I think Remy's a god tier now. She probably leveled up during the season break between season 2 and 3. She did not fucking level up. Shut the fuck up already. She's not a god tier. I think she should be, but she's not. Okay, so grabs her, come with me. Okay. 368. Chatter. So grayed outs in a plaza. Got her jacket on, or she's got Arlo's jacket on. I think it was, who was it? Yeah. Grim at the start of the stream said he probably gave her his jacket to hide that she's from Wellston because he's not supposed to be seen with someone from Wellston. I like that. That's probably true. That's weird. Why do you give me this jacket to wear? It's still warm. And she was like, Elaine, why are you here? What are you doing here? I shouldn't be seen with anyone from Wellston. Well, I was worried about you. You disappeared all of a sudden without telling anyone. I tried calling you, but your phone was... And he's like texting. Again, classic Arlo is classic Arlo. Like, he really doesn't care like what she's saying. So he's like, gets his phone out, starts texting Cassandra. Hey, where are you? Meeting is starting. Arlo, I'm going to be a while. Start without me. That's also really weird. I really hope that Cass talks to him about that. And Elaine's just like, oh my gosh, he had his phone this whole freaking time? He probably just blocked me. I can't believe I actually came to his workplace. I look like a total creep. Help! It's a work phone. My old one broke. I see. Val and Farah specifically instructed me not to interact with anyone from school. So all my contacts were erased and my number was changed. I thought I already notified Madame Sylvia about my decision. So what made you come here personally? She didn't pass along my message? Well, actually, it was, Serafina and John spoke with me yesterday. You saw them? And you didn't report them to the Bureau? I didn't want to do anything before knowing what was going on. They're criminals, Elaine. Cecile would definitely have a bigger reaction to Ison being the same level as her. Because, like, Blyke... Okay. Blyke was a high tier at the end of Wellston. Okay. She's going to have a bigger reaction to Ison getting a level up than, like, she would, like, Blyke being a high tier. Because Blyke was a high tier by the time, like, all that shit went down. And I think Cecile knew that Blyke was a high tier now. But she also viewed Remy as being beneath her as well, even though Remy is stronger than Cecile. Like, Cecile just doesn't like Remy. And Cecile doesn't really like Blyke. I think her and Ison have a more cordial relationship, so I do think she would have, like, a bigger reaction to, like, Ison's new form and new level and everything. Because they do have some level of history, and Remy does respect Ison as far as reporting goes. They're criminals, Elaine. The authorities are looking for those two everywhere. Why would you keep this from us? Why is he getting so worked up over those two? Arlo's always been super dedicated to the Bureau, but this seems personal. Maybe John and the others really did ambush him? Still, I can't explain it, but something feels different about him. I'm sorry. With what happened to Wellston and everyone suddenly disappearing... ... I just wanted to make sure you are okay. I wasn't really thinking about anything else. What did they want? John and Serafina. What did they come to you for? They were asking for you. From me? And then we got the panel of, like, the two of them, faces blacked out, eyes glowing, both smiling, like, both snickering. This is weird. This is weird that he's having this thought because of the fact that we know that Arlo knows he helped them escape. Granted, he clearly doesn't know to what extent. He clearly doesn't have the context to that. But it is weird that, like, he's having this thought. Those two nearly destroyed my life once already. I won't let them do it again. And I just realized it's also kind of fucked up that like Arlo is thinking that when like Arlo also kind of ruined their lives once too. But it's he doesn't remember that, so it's okay. What else did they tell you? Did they say to you? And she like touches his shoulder. Please, Arlo, I'll tell you everything, but you have to promise not to let anyone know it came from me. I didn't ask for any of this, but I don't want to get into trouble. That secretive, are we? Please don't tease me like that. I wasn't planning on telling anyone about this meeting anyway. All right. You have my word. John and Serafina have a completely different story from the Bureau. I don't know who to believe at this point, but I feel like the truth is crucial here. Arlo, I was wondering, what happened to you when the Bureau stormed Wellston? Is it true that the others attacked you? ... And he's thinking back. Meeting with Farah, running off. My name's Arlo, and with the Bureau, I was instructed to help search for the targets. Any news on where they are? Met the guards. As he's walking away, tells him lead the way. Everything goes black. I don't remember. But he woke up in a hospital bed with Farah and Valerie. Arlo, you're awake. But even though that part of my memory is gone, I'll never be able to erase the fact that I was the one who allowed those criminals to escape. He's remembering Ison, Remy, and John getting away, even though he doesn't actually remember that. John told me that you saved his life. And he grabs her shoulders and squeezes them. No, I did not. That's a good question, Pommy. We don't know for certain because what we do know is that a lot of Arlo's memories were actually tampered with. Like, a lot of his memories. We'll go ahead and pull up the scene. Like, we know that memories as far back as Ray, like, are messed with and tampered with. No, I did not. Squeezes her shoulder. Do not breathe a word of that lie to anyone. Understood? And he activates his ability on, or he activates his aura at the very least. And she's like, now, I want you to tell me where you last saw them. He probably knows to some extent, J4. So okay, okay. His conversation with Remy at the shop, that was tampered with. Ison after getting beaten up by Joker. His conversation with Blake about Ray. This is John's apartment. This is John's apartment the first time they were ambushed by Spectre. I think this is a nondescript conversation he had with Remy about like X-ray stuff. So Sarah being kidnapped by the mid-tiers. Him trying to apologize to John the first time. Him, Layla, and Sarah getting ambushed by Spectre. Him and John's fight. Some conversation that him and Remy had. I think this was actually when he told Remy he was going to step back from the safe house. His conversation with Ray at Ray's graduation. The Joker, when he stepped in for Joker versus the Royals. I think this is him, Ison, and Sarah talking about Terrence. Safe house stuff. Learning that Ember is controlled by the Bureau. Rowden Hill. Rowden Hill or Rowden. Safe house stuff. Random conversation with Remy. John, I think this is him, like, John telling him where the Spectre, like, location was. That's Ison during the Wellston War. Checking up, or no, that's Blythe during the Wellston War, sorry. Them going to check up on Ison, Valerie versus Sarah. Did they say altered or did they say flat out erased? I thought they said flat out erased. Basically, yeah, like, he's Aslo right now. Yeah. So see, look here, Will. Now, granted, I guess you could say that, like, erasing memories is still technically altering memories. Yeah, but no, like, Farah does specifically say we erased some parts of your memory. And, like, okay, I know it's like, it's weird to explain, but, like, even Arlo now looks more like how he did at the start of the series. Like, his, like, facial expression. Like, his facial structure and, like, how he expresses himself. Like, how he expresses himself. Like, it looks more like how he did at the start of the series rather than how he did, like, towards, like, you know, later season 1 and season 2. I don't know if it's permanent, Pommy. Remember, Keon has memory recall. Okay, so Arlo is just, it's sunset now. It's evening. Arlo's with some, I think this is like a police officer, I think, because he has like a blue button-up shirt, but we really don't get much about him. Arlo's in his suit, just kind of like staring. They're at the place where Elaine saw John and Sarah. The guy kind of like, anything? I do have something, but it's very faint. I'll ask my partner to see if he can help. By the way, what case are we looking at here? Spectre related. Something Cass asked me to look into. And again, I think that's a lie. And I do think that this lie is going to come back to Arlo. Jeez, those Spectre guys sure are everywhere. Can't get rid of them. We appreciate the help. No problem. I'll be in touch. And Arlo's just like, I have no recollection of our past together. But if Seraphina and John trusted Elaine enough to approach her, then she might still be useful to me. On top of that, she's aware of what really happened. I need to keep her on a tight leash. So, Wellston Girls Dormitory. Elaine gets to her room. What in the world is up with Arlo? He was so defensive today. There was an air of desperation surrounding him, like he's trying so hard to bury something. Arlo was ambushed by the Wellston escapees, and he was hospitalized due to severe injuries. The more I think about it, the less believable I find Miss Nadia's words to be. What the hell are you talking about? And John, he's always been one of us. He saved my life. He may be a liar and a terrorist. Shut up, Elaine. But his pride wouldn't allow him to lie about something like that. Yes, it would. Yes, it would, Elaine. Do you not remember the Joker arc? ... Could it be that Arlo's being blackmailed? we can't say it's out of character for Elaine to do this because we don't know anything about her. So her putting the pieces together is a little strange in my opinion, but I can't say that it's bad or anything. So, Bureau of Authority, next day. Chatter, 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 chatter. And Arlo's just at his keyboard, just... Call from Tracking DI. Dact, Arlo speaking. Hey Arlo, this is Detective Soren. We found something interesting based on the scent from yesterday. Not sure what to make of it. Come over and take a look when you have a moment. I'll be right there. Unordinary episode 368. We don't know. No. She's not co-protagonist right now. Elaine was. I think we might be done with Elaine for a bit, but Elaine was like flat out protagonist right now for these last few episodes. But yeah. Yeah. Exactly, Avril. Exactly. Next week, episode 369 is going to be a banger. I'm calling it. Next week is going to be hot. Next week is going to be epic. I can already tell. Yeah. But yeah, this episode was pretty good. This episode was pretty interesting. I liked this. I don't think I liked it more than 367, like with the Wellston stuff. But I do think I liked it more than episode 366. This was a pretty good episode, all things considered. But yeah. I think we're done with Elaine for a bit. She might, like, we might still stick on her for like a little bit longer, but this feels like a good stopping point for what I think Uru had like in store for like her little arc here, because this got us to, so John and Sarah got to Elaine, and Elaine took us to Wellston to kind of like put all the pieces together, which in turn, like, or not put the pieces together, to like see what's going on there, and also set up some more things while we were still at Wellston. And Elaine has also brought us to Arlo for what I think will be the rest of the arc with Arlo, with obviously like some more like snippets. We'll probably see the trio a little bit. We're definitely going to see John and Sarah. But like, I think we're going to focus on Arlo for the next few bit. So Pommy, the only reason why I say that, Pommy, is because I knew episode 358 was going to be goated, and I knew that episode 360 was pretty cool, was pretty good too, and I knew that episode 365. Wait, was it episode 3? What happened in episode 365 actually? Oh, episode 365 was just 1 year of Unordinary. No. But episode 369, I think, is going to be good just because 369. But yeah. But okay, so now Elaine has brought us to Arlo, which, we're obviously going to focus on Arlo for a bit. I think Arlo is going to be the kind of the focal point for this arc, like for the rest of this arc. And I think maybe, possibly, we'll get some stuff, like we might see Arlo reconnect with John and Sarah, because he has someone like tracking them and everything. Probably not. Yeah, we're probably not gonna see like a major fight for a while, J4. But yeah. We're probably not going to see like a major fight for a while now. Okay, question of the day. Question of the day is going to be, let's see. Yeah, true, Wheel, true. Question of the day is going to be, do we think Arlo's going to tell Cass or like get Cass involved in this? Because I highly doubt that Arlo is going to go after John and Sarah himself. That just seems really dumb on his part because it would make him look hella suspicious, and he probably doesn't have the pull to just be like, "Hey, I'm gonna run off for a bit." So I think he might like give word to Cass because he has like she's in charge of the Spectre investigation and stuff. But yeah, that's the question of the day: is Arlo going to get Cass involved in this Spectre investigation? All right, so that is that for Unordinary. He okay, no. See, he is ashamed. Yes, he is ashamed, J4. However, I'm not saying he's gonna tell Cass like that he has a lead on John and Sarah. I am saying that I think he will tell her like, "Hey, I have a lead on Spectre that like I think we might like. I think the Bureau would be interested in." Here, actually, here's the thing. Here's the thing about that, though, Wheel. Here's the thing about that. We don't know. Like, it's very likely it was, but we don't know for certain if those conversations were altered with. Because, as far as we know, none of his memories with Cassandra have been messed with. All right. So, now that Unordinary is done, let's go ahead and get into some Jungle Juice. So, last time on Jungle Juice, Doa and Hye-song were like all the practical combat, practical entomology combat class or whatever. They were all like, "Should we take the jungle juice? I don't know." And Hye-song was kind of like, "I do want the jungle juice, and I'm not as strong as everyone else." But then a little girl got bullied by some bitch asses, and they broke her jungle juice. And Hye-song was like, "Hey, it's our choice what we do." And so he gave the little girl his jungle juice, and then like I think there might have been some stuff with Huijin and Su-chan. I don't really remember too much about jungle juice last week, honestly, but it was pretty cool, I think. But yeah, let's go ahead, jump right into this, shall we? Doo doo. And Su-chan, oh, he got the complex still. Oh snap, doo doo. Huh? I recognize this place. Why did you leave us, Su-chan? Why am I seeing these monsters in my dreams again? Am I having a nightmare? Or could it be... Oh, that's right. And Cinderella didn't work fully on fee-trained specimens, like I said. That Cinderella did not work properly? Then maybe I wasn't seeing things. Did my wings really come back? Calm down! Why are you so upset? Bro, you tried to get rid of him. Why wouldn't he be upset? What are you talking about, Su-chan? We should talk. Nah, bro, fuck you. We ain't talking. Are you alright? Were you having a nightmare? The schizophrenia always goes hard on him is insane. Damn, Will. Damn, bro. You must have been really tired. I thought you were only going to lie down for a quick moment. To be fair, we did play hard. I guess so. My wings! Are they not there? Thank goodness. What is this? Why? What is that? Like, why? What? Weird. Anyway. Then, what was that just now? The monsters were still there. But they both looked injured badly. Bro, you took Cinderella. What do you mean? Could it be that Cinderella did not have a desired effect on my body? Because I have two species fighting inside me? Oh, bro, she looks terrified. Damn. If that's the case, what's going to happen? The night parade will begin shortly. See you in the main square. Haha. To my body now. Jungle juice. 18th floor of laboratories training area. Oh, look at the goats. It's ginormous. Bro, give my man some bigger shorts, like just a few more inches. Why are they doing my boy like that? Good, you're not late. Oh, it's Jae-sung. Jae-young. I don't know your name, bro. Consider yourselves lucky. You three are going to spar Propolis members. Bro, look. Okay. No. Okay, so. Jae-young is gonna... He's gonna fight Hye-sung. She's gonna fight Lee. No, Junyoung? I don't know. And Ara is gonna fight Doa. Because Doa needs to think more. I think Ara would be good. 1-on-1. Hold on a sec. I have no idea what's going on. I hate that outfit. What's this about sparring you 1-on-1? We don't even know why we're here. Think of it as a test. We want to see if you're ready to face pet shop bastards in battle. Only 3 Propolis agents remain at Nest at the moment. What happened to them? Wait, did they get killed? Wait. Did they get killed? They didn't get killed, right? I guess he could mean that they're like out of, like, they're like kind of like Huijin and Suchan, or like Huijin, where like they're like taking care of like family stuff. We are severely short-staffed, so we figured we could use some help. That's when we saw you stop the protesters from getting violent. I saw potential in you. Let's go, Hye-sung. That's my goat. That's actually my goat, bro. I love Hye-sung so much. Sparring the best combatants in Nest. That should help a lot. I don't need anything like that. I almost beat a predator on my own already. ... Scared? Yeah, bro, she knows. Ara knows exactly how to talk shit, bro. I love her so much. Scared? I am so gonna kill her. Walls are coming down from the ceiling. So it has begun. Junyoung Lee, was it? Wait. Mad Hatter? Oh, no. Son, duh. I heard you were one of Breeder's most trusted subjects. while you were working for Pet Shop. If I win, can I use you as my test subject? God, San is so bad, though. I love her so much. Can I use you as one of my test subjects? Come on, Hae-song. Bro, you got that dog in you. I feel like I'm punching a wall. None of my attacks seem to be working. Bro. Are you sure this is even a fair matchup? I don't know what you saw in me, but I'm probably going to disappoint you. Hae-song, if you don't fucking knock your shit off, I swear I will slap the shit out of you so hard, dude. Your complex Katydid is from an order of Orthoptera. It's the same type of power as someone I once knew. Rank 1? Whose name I forgot because he so briefly appeared? He never resorted to cheap tricks or fancy moves. Rank 1. Instead, he would simply use superior physicality to dominate his opponent. I sparred him countless times. I know how powerful that complex can be. Bruh. Which means... Crap! I lost my balance! I can continue taking hits from you. And point out which areas you need to work on. Think of me as a solid punching bag and give it your all. Attack me relentlessly and figure out how to use your complex more effectively. Do it until my armor breaks. I'll take 1,000,000 hits if I have to. Come on, Hae-song. Let's go. That's my goat. Visiting room 3. I had doubts. But it was really you. Beat-on. I knew it! I knew it was Beat-on Lee. You've gotten a lot smaller, Professor Ma. But I don't know what you mean. I was behind the bars the whole time. Let's not make this complicated. You are behind the riot, the protest. No, the riot that recently took place at Nest. They already spilled the beans. You had planned it with them before you were incarcerated, causing a commotion outside so you can sneak predators out of prison. That was your plan. Sorry to tell you this, but that has gone down the drain. I want to believe you, Professor Ma, but Judair can be a bit predictable. When are you going to give up? Regardless of what you do, you're already out of Breeder's plan. Oh, she don't like that. Why'd you say that? Utter bullcrap. Master Breeder will never abandon me. I must do whatever it takes to assist him from within. But perhaps taking advantage of idiots in Nest wasn't a very good idea. I need a better plan. This is the last one we need to inject with Cinderella today. Let's get it done with and go home. Hold on. Huh? That man. What the fuck are you trying to do with me? I don't want to become a human. He hasn't been fed, correct? According to the report, he was never fed. Of course I haven't been. Only cowards would want to get stronger through such a cheap method. Consider yourself lucky. Feed-trained specimens experience various side effects. What? Wait! Antlion. That's the guy who lost to Su-chan twice. He doesn't seem very useful. Especially since he has taken Cinderella. What? What's going on over there? I thought I was going to become a human. But I feel some reason. We need backup. One of the pet shop specimens is broken free. We must. He's gotten stronger after taking Cinderella. What in the world? I knew you would come to my rescue. Gay on sin. And he thinks I'm gay on sin. Is that one of Cinderella's side effects? He must be unable to see or think clearly. Maybe. Of course, sorry it took so long. This could work out. Damn! That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Okay, so if this guy wasn't feed trained, I am curious why the Cinderella worked, why it did that, why Cinderella did that to him. That's pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to see kind of like what's the news there. Question of the day. Why did Cinderella do that to him? Okay. Actually, I think the Cinderella worked. I think the Cinderella is doing that to him and is like not as effective as Su-chan because like their inner beast is still fighting. Like, you know, his inner beast like was like fighting the Cinderella and like evolved, so to speak. And I think that's what's going to happen with Su-chan as well. Probably not to this extent, but I do think like that's what we're going to see. Kind of like why it's not working on Su-chan, because the beasts inside of him are still fighting it. Okay. Well, cool. Yeah. Good episodes. Bro, Hye Song, my goat. My goat is back. Schizo and drugs don't do well combined. But yeah, these are pretty good episodes actually. I think I like Jungle Juice more today. I like that. I also knew I predicted, bro. I predicted those battles. You saw that. You were there for that. I'm curious though. Why are those two from where are the other two from Propolis though? What, like, I don't think they died. I don't think they were killed by a breeder. But like I guess they're probably like doing some like, you know, outside business, like kind of what Hui Jin's doing with Su-chan. Like the kind of like, hey, if you want to go somewhere, like, you know, we're going into war very soon. So if you want to take care of something first, like, go ahead. Yeah, or they could be out for like a mission or something. But yeah, cool. I'm actually a little bit surprised that Jaeong or Jay whatever his name is. I'm a little bit surprised that like he didn't bring like Bomb and like the Stray Dogs in for like the training, like for like Hye-song and Doa and Junyoung. I'm sure that they will still like do something or like do something. But yeah, I thought he would. I thought especially he would have like gone to Bomb, like, hey, you want to be part of Propolis? So, yeah. All right, cool. That's gonna be it for us tonight, guys. I know, Will. I know, bro. But yeah, I think that'll be it for us tonight, guys. So Thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back next week. Yeah. No, we will be back next week. Might be a little bit different next week, but we will be back. So, as always, everyone. Oh yeah, question of the day for Unordinary. Is Arlo gonna bring Cass into this? Yeah, glad to see you, Will. Always fun to see you here, buddy. But yeah, as always, everyone. See you, Space Cowboy.